Hello, this is Charlie at My Messy Fingers. We are about to finish the album Graphic 45's Curiouser and Curiouser, and this is the right back panel. I tried for a week to get the actual build of this video to upload to YouTube, and there was just no having it. So I'm going to walk you through as carefully as I can. If I miss something, please send me a message down below and I'll do the best that I can to address it. I want to start on the inside because we've got to measure out this panel and then we'll know what to do with the rest of this. So your panel, your width is going to be 8.5 inches. And your height is going to be also, your height will be 8.75 inches. I was looking at that wrong. I apologize. So 8.5 across, 8.75 in the height. Now these two elements are out of the chipboard and frames. I have taped down the left side and the bottom of this one, and I've taped down the right side and the bottom of this one. That will allow you to come in on either side, set your photo, and then once you have your photo set, you can leave it or you can tack these two corners down and then the photo will be pretty much locked in place. These are out of your ephemera pack, and I just set them about 1/4 inch below the top. They are covered a bit across the bottom, but no big deal. This is also out of the ephemera pack, but I mounted this one on black cardstock before I set it in place. These two are out of the chipboard. I put this one here so that the floral underneath of this would complement the rose that's on this, and then I put the square red roses against the black down here at the bottom. I used a little bit of green ribbon to accent. Now let's get to the panels. I'm going to move this. Now the right and the left side panels, the measurements are going to be the same. So as you can see, this is going to open to the left and the other one's going to open to the right. Now we're right down to the last of the 12 by 12 sheets. So I'm taking pieces of these two and then their corresponding trims to accent the top and the bottom. And then I did the same, hold on here, got to give myself some room. And then I did the same over here on the right panel. Now, each of these strips, give myself some more room here. Each of these strips are going to measure 5/8 of an inch. And then you're going to trim to fit the center pieces. So they're roughly going to be about 7 1/8. A little bit of a black border in between them to act as an accent. And then on the right side here, I used an ephemera to accent this corner. I used one of the 8 by 8 cards, backed it onto black cardstock, and then I ran a bead of tape here, and this can act as a tuck. You also have great room here for putting in your photos. So let's go over here on this side. I did the same. These are all going to measure at 5/8 of an inch, and these are all going to measure approximately 7 1/8. This butterfly came out of the ephemera. And then Humpty Dumpty came out of the 8 by 8 collection. And then I have these two cards out of the 8 by 8, but I didn't cut them in half. They could act as a nice long journaling card on the back side. And then we have this beautiful card that is cut from, I do believe, the 8 by 8s. I could be wrong, but I think this is cut from the 8 by 8s. All right. So then when you close these, this is the left side panel, and this is the right side panel. So we're going to be doing the same thing. Each of these are going to be 5/8 of an inch, and these are coming from previous trims. You might even find some of these in your scrap. These two are off of a 12 by 12 trim. And again, the trimming down here at 5/8 of an inch, and then you'll trim to fit this, and then you're going to trim to fit this. I did put in one of the 8 by 8 cards as a tuck down here. So this has been taped here to keep it from falling in and off. Or you can put in, this makes great background for placing a photo. Okay, again, 12 by 12 cuts. These are trims. And then we're going to go over here to the right side, and it is a duplicate. This is out of the 8 by 8, and I did back it on cardstock, both of these. And it is, again, a tuck where I've just secured the left side and across the bottom. Again, great accents for a photo. And once again, these trims are at 5/8, and then you're going to trim to fit, which will be somewhere approximately 7 1/8 inches. Okay, I'm trying to make sure I haven't forgotten anything. So then we fold these up, and then on the outside, this is from the a large 12 by 12. I cut both these panels, and then I cut the trims here for the top and the bottom. Again, 5/8 of an inch, and then you're going to be approximately 7 1/8 inches when you trim this top to bottom. And I leave about 1/16 of an edge here on all of the pieces. Now, the top piece on the inside, this is from a 12 by 12 piece, and the reverse of the pattern is this. And so I framed these in. These are at 5/8 of an inch as well. And I rounded my corners and then framed this in. So you have a nice spot here to put a photo or to put a journaling card, whatever it is that you want to do here on this panel. Now on the bottom piece, I reversed the pattern. I took the reverse side of this, so you can put in some 2 by 2 photos down here, and then I framed this in, and again rounding my corners. And again, these are approximately 5/8 of an inch. Now for the person that's got a really stellar eye, they might catch the fact that this is off of the 8 by 8 card, and I cut the queen here in half, so if you put these two together, you'd have the entire queen. But anyway, just a little mystery focal point. All right, now, you're going to set your magnets before you do any of this paperwork. So you're going to put a magnet here on the top, and and you're going to put the magnet here on the corresponding top, so both black pieces. Now, these pieces are going to measure just a little bit wider than the base piece because you want this to encompass everything that you've built underneath. You don't want to see edges hanging out here because this piece was trimmed too short. So this is going to measure in at 8 5/8 of an inch across. And then, oh, you know what? I knew I was forgetting something. Your panels. Let me back up here. Hold on, 2 shakes. All right, they're going to be the same, and I've got this one open. All right, so this panel here, and you're going to have 2 of them, measures in at, let me get down here, measures in at 5.5 inches, and you're going to have a 1/2 inch score on this one. And then this piece is going to get taped on top of this one. And then this piece is going to measure in at, all right, so there's 5/8, and I know I've got another half. So this is going to be 3/4. So this is 5 3/4, this piece. Remember, you're cutting 2 of these. But this one you're going to score at a 1/2 inch, and then you're going to score it at 5/8 of an inch. We need enough height here for this to fold over and come into the inside panel. So you're going to do that on both of these, all right? Now we'll get back to this guy. Now I'm going to turn it this way. Let me open this back up. All right, here, I want to get this center quarter. So this top piece is going to measure at 7 inches. You're going to have a 1/2 inch score line, and then you're going to have 3/4 of an inch score line. We need a large enough gusset here in order for all of this to fit in. Your bottom piece is going to measure at 5 1/4 inches. No, do I have that right? No, I'm sorry. It's going to measure at 5 inches. 5 inches on the bottom piece. You're going to have a 1/2 inch score, and then you're going to have a 3/4 inch score. So that from there to here, after the score marks, you end up at 4 1/4. So this piece, I need a 1/2 inch beyond that, and then 1/4 for the gusset. So you're at 5 inches, 1/2 inch score, 3/4 of an inch score. And again, the width on this is going to be 8 5/8. And the width on this bottom piece is going to be the same as well. It's 8 5/8. Again, you want this just long enough to take care of everything you're folding up inside. So getting back to your magnets, you're going to place a magnet here on the top, and you're going to place a magnet here on the top. All right? So then this came out of this 12 by 12 cutting. I just cut it a different pattern. And then down here in the corner from the sticker sheet, I have these 3 chess pieces. And we already went over on the inside. So then on the outside, this is a 12 by 12 cutting. This is off your sticker sheet. And this big heart and these 3 little hearts are also off the sticker sheet. This is an ephemera piece. Now I've only glued it here and up here at the top, but it made for a snug little fit. So I'm thinking a nice 2 by 2 photo. You slide it in like so, get her positioned, and then if you don't want it moving around, just tack down these 2 wings that are right here, and it will pretty much keep it in there fairly secure. All right. So I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything, and if anybody has a question or a concern, we addressed the score lines. We've addressed the size of the flaps, top to bottom. I want to put this in here. Okay. And that should take care of this build. And again, I apologize. Like I said, I tried for an entire week to get the actual build video. It was an hour long, and YouTube just would not take it. I've got other videos here that were as long, had no problem. So I don't know what it was with this one. Again, unconventional way of explaining what I did or how I did it. So if you've got any questions, send me a message down below. I'll get an email, and then I'll be able to reply and address it. Now, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I want to take this opportunity and encourage you to do so. And as well, if you're looking at buying this collection, please go on to Scrap and Create's website. They have the entire line there. And I appreciate you, and you have yourselves a good day, and I'll see you on the next build. Bye-bye.